Hi students, now in the second video of the chapter life process. So in the first video we are learn about the very important life process, that is there are four important essential life process. One is nutrition, then transportation, respiration and excretion. Now I take the first the process, that is nutrition. So now come to discuss the points about very important points about the nutrition. So here the what is meaning of nutrition. So in the lower classes we simply define nutrition as the nutrition process of taking of food, right? So in the in nature we observe that there are different types of organisms are there, living organisms are there. Some are plants, some are animals, some are omnivorous, carnivorous and herbivorous. All the organisms take the food that is common for all. They all have required the nutrition for energy, but the style of the mode of taking the food is different in the all the organisms, right? In the microorganisms different, in the microorganisms is different. So now we have to be study about that now, right? So as definition I write here about nutrition, simple one, it is enough for in the examination. The whole process by which an organism obtain its food, right? So plant require food, so how the plant obtain the food, that is like nutrition. Animals take the food from the other organism, that is one type of nutrition. So the way through which they are take the food, intake of food, it is nothing but what? Nutrition. Okay, nutrition. Now come to the very important part. As we discussed that there are two types of living organisms. One side is green plants and one side is animals, right? Parasite, saprophyte, etc. We observe that there is a lot of difference between their intake, nutrition process, nutrition style, right? So on the basis of that, on the basis of the intake of food is different for both the organisms. So we classify the mode of nutrition. There are two types, right? In the science there are mode of nutrition, two types of mode of nutrition, right? So mode of nutrition, right? So mode of nutrition, there are two types. One type is we call it as an autotrophs, right? One is called autotrophic mode of nutrition, right? So next, second one is a heterotrophic mode of nutrition, right? So these are only two mode of nutrition which we are observed in the nature, right? So now come to one by one discuss about the both type of nutrition here. So I select number one, that is a autotrophic mode of nutrition. So now come to the autotrophic mode of nutrition. So in the autotrophic mode of nutrition, nothing but the mode of nutrition autotrophic. Auto means here self, automatic, auto and self, and the trophic means nourishment, that is self nourishment, self development of their food. Is it nothing but autotroph? Okay, right? So I write here autotrophic mode of nutrition, number one mode of nutrition. So in the autotrophic mode of nutrition, when we take the word autotrophs, right? Autotrophs, we make two parts here. One part is auto and the one part is trophs, right? One part is trophs. What is auto? Auto means self and the trophs means nourishment, right? Auto means self nourishment, that is what autotrophs. The organisms which prepare their own food, which prepare their own energy giving food, such organisms are followed the autotrophic mode of nutrition. So what is autotrophs? Autotrophs are the organism which prepare their own food. Such organisms are follow the autotrophic mode of nutrition, right? So write down the definition here. Autotrophs are the organism. Autotrophs are the organisms which prepare their own food and own food. Such organisms are follow which type of nutrition mode? That is R follow autotrophic mode of nutrition. That is very important point. So the organism which prepare their own food, they are actually doing the autotrophic mode of nutrition here. So if you want to example that green plants and some bacteria follow such type of nutrition, autotrophic nutrition, right? So this is about the autotrophic nutrition. Now come to the another type, that is what heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So heterotrophic, I only take definition here, right? So heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So heterotrophic mode of nutrition, hetero means again heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Heterotrophic mode of nutrition, right? So in the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, so hetero means they are depends on other. Heteros means therefore nourishment. For nourishment, they are depend on the others. They means they not be prepare their own. They are depends on the other. So we can explain the heterotrophic mode of nutrition is nothing but the organisms which are depend on the other organism for food. Such organisms are follow heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So autotrophic mode of nutrition is depend their self production. Autotrophic organisms prepare their own food, but the heterotrophic organisms are depend on the other organism for the food, right? So these are very simple concept of heterotrophic. Example for heterotrophic is animals, right? All animals and some bacteria and some organism, parasite, saprophyte and some microorganisms are follow the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. And some plants, Cuscuta, some plant also follow the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So some animals also follow heterotrophic mode of nutrition, and some plants also follow, non-feed plants also follow heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So heterotrophic mode of nutrition I take in the next video, but we are studying more about the autotrophic mode of nutrition here, right? So for autotrophic mode of nutrition, I can take another concept, elaborate this concept of autotrophic. So as we know, autotrophic are nothing but the preparation of own food. So one question arises, how the green plants or bacteria prepare their own food? What process they followed? That is nothing but by process of photosynthesis, right? So another definition of autotrophs. Autotrophs are the organism which prepare their own food with help of the process called photosynthesis, right? So take another very important concept, that is a photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is the process followed by the autotrophs. That is very important first point. That is this process. It is a process followed by autotrophs. Right? So autotrophs are prepare their own food. How they prepare, what mechanism they use means by using the photosynthesis process. So what is mean by photosynthesis process here? So if I go word by word here, so here I break down this word photo and synthesis. So here photo means sunlight energy, okay, sunlight, and the synthesis means that is preparation, right? So these are two words combined to form a photosynthesis. Now, as per that meaning photo, sunlight and synthesis, the sunlight is not only enough. There are so many raw materials that are required for the photosynthesis. For example, I wrote down a chemical equation of this reaction, photosynthesis. Then later on we discuss about definition and what the main raw materials are required. Not only sunlight, other raw materials are also required here. So first, the raw material which is required, that is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide from the atmosphere absorbed by the plant, by the stomata. So carbon dioxide is the first raw material which is used for the photosynthesis. Now second one, that is nothing but water and minerals. That is very important. Water and minerals. That is balancing. 12 is balance. Okay. So water is 12 So water is raw material for the photosynthesis. Not only water, also with the minerals. Not only these two, also require chlorophyll. Right? Also require chlorophyll. We know that chlorophyll is a green pigment present in the plants. That is why the plants look like looking green. And then chlorophyll, our main function of chlorophyll is absorption of the sunlight. So the next raw material is, that is the sunlight. So these are the 4 and 5 raw materials here: carbon dioxide, waters and plus minerals, and then chlorophyll and the sunlight. These are the main raw materials which are involved in the process called photosynthesis. Right? So now we can define the photosynthesis. So what is the photosynthesis? Half definition, then half later. So half definition: photosynthesis is a process in which plant use carbon dioxide, water, chlorophyll and sunlight for the preparation of food. For the preparation of own food, that is their raw materials. So this side all I called as a raw materials. Raw materials which are needed for the photosynthesis process. Without that, the photosynthesis process is not possible. Right? So this is the chemical reaction, reactant side. When these all are combined together in a plant, in a leaf, then the process of photosynthesis taken place, then the food is prepared. The food is prepared, there is nothing but 612O6 right? Then plus 6 molecule 6 O2 plus H2O. So these are nothing but products of photosynthesis. That is very important. This is reactant or raw materials of photosynthesis, and this is the byproduct of photosynthesis. When the plants are, by using all the raw materials, they follow the process of photosynthesis, they produce glucose. Glucose is nothing but it is glucose. We also call it as carbohydrates. Okay. Then oxygen and water. So these are what the products of photosynthesis. Now we can define the process of photosynthesis. Now we define what is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis process in which plant use carbon dioxide, water and sunlight and chlorophyll to prepare their own food, that is carbohydrates, oxygen and water. This is called as a photosynthesis process. Okay, write down here: photosynthesis is a process in which plants use carbon dioxide, water, chlorophyll and sunlight for the preparation of own food, that is a carbohydrates and oxygen is a gas byproduct and water. So this is what the definition of photosynthesis. In general, you can write the definition of your own sentences. It is easy. So if you have to remember this chemical reaction, what are the raw materials required for photosynthesis, right? So these are the raw materials. And the question also is, write the list of the raw materials required for photosynthesis. So raw materials are carbon dioxide, water, chlorophyll and sunlight. Then what are the products of photosynthesis? That is a glucose, oxygen and water. This glucose is nothing but a carbohydrates. That is a very important point here. Now the another very important point we have to be discussed, that is carbohydrates are nothing but the energy giving food. We know that carbohydrates are energy giving food. So the plants acquire the energy from the carbohydrates. That is very important. So see, because the plants also use the 90% of the energy for their own development, own growth. 10% of energy only transfer to the other organisms, right? But the plant use 90% of the energy, and that 90% of energy is get from the carbohydrates, right? Total 10% is given to the organisms, and the 90% is used itself for the growth and development of its own organism body. Then the plants are used carbohydrates, right? Energy, carbohydrates, energy. So plants are right here important. Plants are used carbohydrates for energy, right? Why energy? Because of carbohydrates are energy giving food. Now plants are used carbohydrates for energy. Then the remaining carbohydrates are being left. How much they require, they must they use, and the remaining left carbohydrates. Next, remaining unused carbohydrates are stored in the form of what? Starch. That is very important. For starch in the plants, the product carbohydrates are be stored, remaining carbohydrates are be stored in the form of starch, and it is utilized as internal energy later when the energy required, at that time they use starch as an internal energy sources in the carbohydrates. That is in the plants. That is very important. So in the plants the energy source is carbohydrates, but they not use carbohydrates. They are use carbohydrates for energy, but remaining are carbohydrates are stored in the form of starch, and the starch is called as a utilized internal energy. That is internal energy, and which is later can be used. So starch is the remaining starch can be stored in the form of starch, like in animals. Okay, if we discuss about the plants, then also we say that like in animals the energy in animals the energy is stored in the form of glycogen. Okay, glycogen, that is very important. So in the animals, the energy is stored in the form of glycogen. So in the plant, the energy is stored in the form of starch, and the animals, energy is stored in the form of glycogen. So these are very important point about the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, right? So now I come to the another point, that is raw materials. Again I repeated about the raw materials. Also we repeated the raw materials of photosynthesis. So please write down all these points. Now we come to the another concept, that is raw materials used in the photosynthesis process. Again I repeated that one, and then we use the another important concept, right? So please write down this. Now students, take the one time again repetition of the raw material for photosynthesis. Here we can take some detailed concept here again. So as we know the main things about the raw materials, that is first raw material which are required for the photosynthesis, and focus on that is sunlight. Without sunlight actually there is no photosynthesis, sunlight energy, right? So this is what the first concept about the sunlight energy, right? So without sunlight the photosynthesis process is not takes place. So first raw materials required for run this process photosynthesis, that is what is sunlight. The second raw material that is required for photo is a chlorophyll. Okay, chlorophyll. What is chlorophyll? It is green pigment which absorb sunlight. That is very important function of the chlorophyll. So what chlorophyll done here means, chlorophyll help in the absorption of sunlight, right? So that is second raw material. And the third raw material is carbon dioxide. So this is what another carbon dioxide is another raw material, and this can be taken up by the absorbed by the, and it is entered to the stomata. right? Absorbed by the stomata. Absorbed by the stomata. So about stomata, I can discuss about stomata. Is small pores present on the leaf. We have take diagram and discuss on it later. So here only we absorb the carbon dioxide with the stomata, right? Carbon dioxide is present in the atmosphere. It is atmospheric gas, not from the soil. It is absorbed from the atmospheric carbon dioxide, right? So fourth point, it is very important, that is water, right? Water plus minerals. I add both minerals, right? What are the minerals which are important for the growth of plant? So write down the minerals is like nitrogen. So minerals like nitrogen and phosphorus, iron, okay, iron and magnesium are the very important raw materials which are taken up by the roots. It is what the ore is taken up by the roots. So these are taken up by the roots with the dissolved in water. They dissolved in water and they are taken up by the roots. So they are what very important four raw materials, that is sunlight, chlorophyll, carbon dioxide and water plus minerals. So fifth point I mentioned here again about separately nitrogen, right? Nitrogen is very important. Nitrogen is a very important raw material, some minerals which is help in the preparation of protein and other compounds, protein and protein compounds. This is very important minerals, that is nitrogen, right? So in the 7th standard we study about that nitrogen is from the roots, is by the bacteria, that is rhizobium bacteria is absorb the nitrogen from the atmosphere. They convert the atmosphere nitrogen to the dissolved form of nitrogen, and this nitrogen is absorbed by the roots, and this nitrogen is very helpful for the preparation of proteins and very essential for synthesis and preparation of protein, that is nitrogen. So nitrogen is a gas which is essential for preparation of proteins. So these are all very important raw materials which come into the photosynthesis process. If these all raw materials are combined together, then the plants prepare their own food, that is the carbohydrates. So these are almost process. Now the another very important type, that is I remove it, you write on it. Okay, the another very important title, most of the time they ask in the examination, that is event occur during photosynthesis, right? So if photons are taken place, so what events are occur in the events occur photosynthesis? So main events, right? Main events occur during photosynthesis. So what are the main events occur during photosynthesis? So one by one I write here. The first event is, that is first one, absorption of sunlight. So first event, absorption of sunlight by chlorophyll. So by chlorophyll, the sunlight is absorbed, and first event taken place in the photosynthesis process. After the absorption, this sunlight energy is converted into the chemical energy. That is very important. After absorption of the sunlight energy convert into the chemical energy, and that chemical is used to splitting of water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. That is second very important event during photosynthesis. Next, third event is important, reduction of carbon dioxide. Reduction of carbon dioxide to carbohydrates. carbohydrate. Now food is prepared. So these are very complex, but we are simply writing one by one. It is not very detailed, but it is some main event occur during photosynthesis. Not the total this one occur, but these are main highlight events occur during photosynthesis. So number one is the absorption of sunlight by the chlorophyll, and second one is after absorption of sunlight, that energy is converted into chemical energy, and that chemical energy break down the split the water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen, and then the reduction of carbon dioxide into the carbohydrates. That is what the events occur, the main events occur during a photosynthesis. So you have to practice this one. One is raw materials, that is important, and the second point is the main events occur during photosynthesis. It is very important for 2 marks, right? For 2 marks question, write the events or explain the events occur during photosynthesis, right? So this is all about the events occur during photosynthesis. Now come to the another very last concept of about heterotroph, and the last concept of this video, that is about stomata. How the stomata are take part in the photosynthesis. So what is the function of the stomata in the place of photosynthesis process? Okay, so we can take that one. First write down these all points. Now come to the last concept of this video, that is about the stomata. So we are definition of stomata here. Tiny pores present on the surface of the leaves. The small pores are there which are present on the surface of the leaves. So now draw the diagram of stomata, how the stomata look like. There are two types of stomata. One is open stomata, one is a closed stomata. So now I write for draw first the closed open stomata. So this is look like a beans, right, like that. So this is about open stomata. This is the open stomata, and these are what chlorophylls. Round is chlorophyll. These are chlorophyll, and this is about the leaf part, epidermis. Right? This is about the set part. This is nothing but open stomata. Open stomata, and the function of main stomata is the absorption of carbon dioxide and the water, that is absorption of take place. Okay, when the waters enter in, then the stomata open. So when stomata open, when water enters, when water enter, the stomata is open, right? Swollen, right? So this is nothing but a chloroplast. Okay, chlorophyll or chloroplast. Chlorophyll. This is chlorophyll, and this is nothing but what? Guard shells. This is a guard shells. So these are very important points of chloroplast, right? So this is about open stomata. When stomata open, when the water flows in, then the stomata is become open. Now come to the another one, that is closed stomata. So same one, but stomata is a closed ear. Okay, the stomata is a closed ear. Stomata is this is closed stomata. Closed stomata. So when stomata close, when the water flows out, then in that case stomata is closed. So that is whatever different. That is the two types of stomata: open stomata and closed stomata. So this is the diagram of stomata. In the examination, they ask what is closed stomata and what is open stomata. You have to draw this diagram, right? It is a chloroplast. So these are what, and label the diagram. This is the guard shell. This part is guard shell, and this part is nothing but what? Chlorophyll, and this is a closed stomata. So this is point. And what is stomata? A stomata is nothing but the tiny pore present on the surface of leaves. So now one by one take some important functions of stomata, right? So I write here the function of stomata. Function of stomata. The first function is exchange of gases. Exchange of gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide. Right? The oxygen enters from the stomata, and then oxygen is removed from the stomata. Exchange of gases taken place to stomata. That is the function of stomata. Then come to next function of stomata: loss of large amount of water during during transpiration. During transpiration. So that is very important. Another one, that is loss of water, excess water. How much excess water present is in the plant? That excess of water that can be lost by the water stomata. That is the two function of stomata. One is a exchange of gases and one is a loss of water. So these are two function of stomata. And here one word is there, transpiration. So what is meant by transpiration? That is nothing but the loss of the excess water from the aerial parts of the body is called transpiration. We are learn this about in transportation, but I explain here what is transpiration. Loss of the excess of water from the aerial parts of the body is called transpiration. Okay, definition not required here. We are learning the transportation in plants, right? So these are two functions of stomata. Now another very important, that is about guard shell. Right, guard shells. So what is the function of guard shells in stomata? So guard shells function, main function is opening and closing of stomata. Right, the stomata closed, stomata open, that is done by these guard shells. So what is function of guard shells? Guard shells main function is the opening and closing of stomata. So these all about the stomata and the autotrophic mode of nutrition. So for this video it is whole about autotrophic mode of nutrition. Practice the autotrophic mode of nutrition definition, and then photosynthesis, reaction, that is reaction of photosynthesis, then raw materials, then event occur during photosynthesis, and then diagram of the open stomata and closed stomata, and then the function of stomata and the function of guard shells. Hope you understand all these concepts clearly. So this is for today video. In the next video we take heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So thank you for watching this video.